Hello baseball fans, this is King Ikeboo coming to you live from the underground bunker where we will continue our best of the 50s tournament, and this will be the second game we broadcast. Hope you enjoyed the first one, the first series, and now we're going to the second series. But before we do that, there's two series that have already finished. I'm only broadcasting the games that go to the full third game or 3 games, and there's 2 series that have been completed in a sweep. And so we will go to those 2. We'll just look at what happened in those games. The first one we will look at is between the 1951 Yankees and the 1952 Cubs. Now you might be thinking that must be the only Cub team that's in this tournament. Actually, there are 3. And the first one is the 58th seed 52 Cubs versus the 51 seed New York Yankees. And the Yankees are the only franchise that are in this tournament 10 times. In other words, they've been in 3rd place or higher every season of the 50s. That probably doesn't surprise you. But in this series, the first game, Bob Rush dominated the Yankees. Gave up only 5 hits, went all the way, gave up no earned runs, walked 3, struck out 3, and the Cubs won 5-0. Hank Sauer hit his 39th home run of the season in that game. And so, as you might be guessing, since I said it was a sweep, the series switched to New York, and the Cubs won in New York at Yankee Stadium by a score of 5-2. Warren Hacker got the win, went all the way. So the Cubs did not use their bullpen at all in this series. They gave up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 1, and struck out 4 against Eddie Lopat, who took the loss. He went all the way as well, but he took the loss as he gave up 5 runs, 4 of them earned. And once again, Hank Sauer got a home run in this game. So the Cubs advanced to the second round. Who would have thought that? And I don't think the Yankees are anybody's going to shed any tears for the Yankees. They have still 9 other teams in this tournament. The other series that is completed, if I can find it here, and this one was an interesting series. This is the 58 Milwaukee Braves, who of course were the pennant winners in 1958 in the National League. There's a lot of World Series and pennant winning teams that are 3rd place teams and in the first round. That is quite surprising. But they played against the New York Giants, the final New York Giant team, and in real life they finished in 6th place, but here they got into 3rd place. They squeaked into the tournament, and very interesting game here. For one thing, in the first inning, Milwaukee had 2 men on, nobody out, and Hank Aaron lined into a triple play in the first inning. It was kind of weird because I accidentally I was trying to do a pickoff, and instead I hit intentional walk, and there's no way that I could reverse that, so I had to live with it. And in the next play, Hank Aaron hit into a triple play, so it was kind of like justice, I guess. But you don't see too many triple plays, and there was one here in this tournament. And then the Braves were leading 6-3 in the bottom of the 9th, and Danny O'Connell hit a grand slam to win the game for the Giants, his 2nd home run of the game. Eddie Matthews also had 2 home runs for the Braves, and Del Crandall had 1 for the Braves as well. But a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th to win game 1 for the Giants. And then so the scene switched to Milwaukee, and Johnny Antonelli pitched a shutout, although he had some help with the bullpen. But the final score in this one is 3-0 for the Giants over the Milwaukee Braves. And so the surprising New York Giants, in real life they had a real disappointing season in their final season in New York before moving to San Francisco in 1958. But in the tournament here, they defeat the Milwaukee Braves in 1958 and advance to the second round. So today's game All the other series are going to the third and deciding game. We're going to play one for you right now, and this game will be between the 1956 St. Louis Cardinals against the 1957 Baltimore Orioles. To sum up what has happened in this series so far, Game 1 was in Sportsman Park in St. Louis, and St. Louis won it in a high-scoring affair, 9-7. Vinegar Bend Mizell got the win, and Moore got the loss for Baltimore. This is the only Baltimore team in this tournament for you Oriole fans. Of course, they were in St. Louis at the beginning part of the decade. Then in the second game, the scene switched to Baltimore. As you might guess, Baltimore won it in a 1-0 bottom of the ninth shutout for Johnson. He got the win, and Puhalski got the loss for St. Louis. The game-winning hit was a home run by Brideweser, the shortstop, got a home run off Puhalski in the bottom of the ninth with the bases empty to win the game for Baltimore and force this third and final game. So I'll be playing as Baltimore. Oops, that's of course the wrong day. Here we go. I'll be playing as Baltimore. We will play this game now. And there's Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. I'm going to put on human just so I can make sure that they have the right lineup. Let's see, pitching today will be Murray Dixon for the Cardinals, and pitching for Baltimore will be Billy Lowe's. So Billy Lowe's in the regular season, 6-8, 2.72 ERA, facing Murray Dixon, who in the replay was 11-10, 3.08 ERA. So hopefully the computer gives a pretty decent lineup for St. Louis, and they're using the most used players, so that should be okay for us. Let's see what the computer comes up with here. Let's see if that is the most logical lineup. Okay, I think George Kell is a pretty good player. He's Hall of Famer and everything. They have Goodman instead, which is probably okay. Billy Goodman was a good player, so we'll leave in Billy Goodman. All his fielding, yeah, it's okay. So, and they don't bring in Francona, though he didn't have a great year that year. So we'll go with this lineup just for sake of the video. So welcome to Memorial Stadium for tonight's deciding game, the third and deciding game between the Cardinals of 1956, the 55th seed, and the 1957 Baltimore Orioles, the 54th seed. Murray Dixon takes the mound for St. Louis. He's made 26 starts on the year. He's 11-10 with an ERA of 3.08. Of course, this is his first start against the 1957 Baltimore Orioles. Hal Brown will be on the mound for, oh, I guess they changed the picture on me. Hal Brown will be on the mound for 57 Baltimore. He's made 19 starts, is 6-8 with an ERA of 3. It's his first start against St. Louis. 61 degrees, wind speed 10 miles per hour, out to right field, play ball.
Play ball!
So here's the lineup for the Cardinals. Wally Moon is leading off. He is the right fielder. Batting second, the veteran Alvin Dark is the shortstop. Batting third, another great veteran, Stan Musial, is the first baseman. Batting fourth, power hitter Ken Boyer, the third baseman. Batting fifth, Rip Rapolsky, the left fielder. Batting sixth, the catcher Hal Smith. Batting seventh, the second baseman Don Blassingame. Batting eighth, the center fielder Bobby Del Greco. And batting ninth, the pitcher Murray Dixon for Baltimore. In right field, leading off, Al Pilarchik. Batting second, the second baseman Billy Gardner. Batting third, the first baseman Bob Boyd. Batting fourth, the left fielder Bob Neiman. Batting sixth, the third baseman Billy Goodman. Batting seventh, the catcher Gus Triandos. Batting seventh, the center fielder Jim Busby. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Willie Miranda. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Hal Brown. Let's get this baseball game underway. Oh, I guess it's thinking that I'm playing both teams. So we'll put St. Louis on human, and we'll get this one underway. Wally Moon is leading off. 311 hitter during the season, and he's out. Here is Alvin Dark, longtime New York Giant. Now plays for St. Louis, and he pops out. And there's two away. Here's Stan Musial, one of the best players of the 50s. 30 home runs, 115 RBIs, and batting .320 during the season. I think it still thinks I'm playing both teams, which I am not. I guess maybe I screwed up last time. Okay, here we go. Musial is on. We're not going to hold him. And here's Ken Boyer, who can always hit the ball out of the ballpark. Hits it hard, but it's caught. 1.5 inning into this one, it's scoreless. Here's Pilarchik. Blooper, base hit. And here's Gardner. He should get him over to second base. How will he do it? He will do it with a hit and run or a bunt. Let's take a pitch while I decide. Strike one. We will bunt now. And he is successful. Pilarchik's on second base for Bob Boyd. He's a .309 hitter. 4 home runs, 43 RBIs in the replay. Ground ball out. And Pilarchik goes to third. Here is Neiman. The closest thing I believe they have. Triandos out-homered him, but this is our cleanup hitter. 15 home runs, 59 RBIs. Not a powerful hitting lineup from Baltimore. Do it with pitching and defense. Of course, they don't have Brooks Robinson yet. He's probably on the bench. I think he's on the team now. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. He only had 117 at-bats that season. That was probably his rookie season. He's only 20 years old. His fielding is already very, very good. So here we go. 2 out for Neiman. Ground ball. And the play's easy. So after 1, we're scoreless. If it's like the second game, this could be a low-scoring affair. Here's Rapolsky. And Miranda makes the play. 1 away. Hal Smith, the catcher. Ground ball through the infielders, and he is on. We will not hold him. Blasting game. He doesn't bunt. So we'll just play the infield back. Strike 1 to Blasting game. 1-1. 2-1 in Blast game. A .266 hitter, 1 home run in the season. Almost hit another one there, but it's caught at the wall by Busby for 2 away. Here's Bobby Del Greco, .244 hitter. Cardinals don't look like that power. Well, they have some good players, 1 to 4, I would say, and they struggle in the bottom of the lineup. But here's a base hit for Del Greco. Allows the pitcher to come up. Murray Dixon. And he gets a base hit. And the Cardinals are on the board. RBI single by the pitcher, Dixon. And the Cardinals have the lead 1-0. Here's Moon. Strike 1 to Moon. Hits it deep, but it is caught by Busby, and the inning's over. But the damage is done. The Cardinals have a run. Here's Billy Goodman, one of the top on basemen of the 50s, and he gets on base here. Here's Triandos, the catcher. You can see back in the 50s that the catchers have a lot of power. We saw that from the White Sox. Their sole home run hitter was a catcher, and now a home run by Triandos puts the Orioles in front 2-1. Here is Busby, .294 hitter. Ground ball should be easy. 1 away here in the second. Miranda. I wonder if he's related to Carmen Miranda. You never know. If you don't know who that was, you can Google is your friend. Here's Hal Brown. Not a good hitting pitcher as Murray Dixon. And he is out. That ends the second inning, but Baltimore responds to the Cardinal run with 2 of their own, and they lead it 2-1. Here's Alvin Dark. Ground ball. Miranda makes the play. Musial singled and scored in the first inning. And he singles again. He is a machine. Brings up Boyer. Strike one on Boyer. Always dangerous. 1-1 to Boyer. 2-1. Here's a base hit with one away. 2 men on for Rapolsky. Rapolsky's 0 for 1. Strike one to Rapolsky. And that one's fouled in the seats. 0-2. Ball one, does not go for it, but strikes him out. 2 away for Hal Smith, the catcher. Strike one to Smith. 2. Ground ball. Miranda makes an error. Carmen would not like that. Here is Blasingame trying to capitalize for the Cardinals. Ball one. He has to throw strikes. What a play by who was that left fielder? Neiman makes the catch. A blooper down the left field line and makes the catch to end the threat in the third inning. Here's Pilarchik. He singled in the first. He gets another one. And once again, we'll take a pitch or two. No, throws a first pitch strike. So we're going to bunt. He's going to go to the second, and this time the bunt is not successful. Gardner's on first. We're going to take a pitch here. Good, a ball. We'll make him throw some pitches. Oh, he throws a strike. Okay, we're going to hit and run here. And it's successful. First and third one out for Neiman. He's 0 for 1. Strike one. 1-1 to Neiman. He is the left fielder. Made that play the end. The threat in the third for the Cardinals. 1-2 on Neiman. Fouled it back to stay alive. 2-2 to Neiman. Stays alive again. And strikes out with a man on third. He's not going to be happy with that. Here's Goodman. He walked and scored in the second inning. Ball one to Goodman. 1-1. It's hit hard. The fans like this. It's off the wall. 2-run score. And Goodman has a 2-out, 2-run double. 4-1 Baltimore. Here's the home run hitter, Triandos, the catcher. Hits it hard. The fans are just excited just because they're doing so well, not because they had a chance of getting out of here. So that's the end of 3 innings. After 3, Baltimore 4, Cardinals 1. There's Bobby Del Greco is out. Here's the pitcher, Dixon, who has the only RBI for the Cardinals so far. And he gets another hit. He's 2 for 2. Here's Wally Moon, hoping to capitalize on his pitcher's success. And he flies out to center field. There's 2 away for Alvin Dark, the veteran. He gets a hit. And that allows Musial to come up. 2 men on for Musial. He's 2 for 2, and he walks. So brings the bases loaded for Ken Boyer. He's 1 for 2. And he hits it out of here. Grand slam home run for Ken Boyer. And the Cardinals are ahead 5-4. This is a back and forth ball game. 5-4 Cardinals. Here's Rapolsky. 2 strikes on Rapolsky. And he lines out, but the Cardinals score 4. And after 3.5, it's 5-4 St. Louis. Here's Busby to lead off the 4th inning. He grounds out. Here's Miranda, strikes out. And the pitcher, Hal Brown, he walks. Remember, all that was started last inning by Dixon with his base hit. Fans are trying to get something going here. Here's Pilarchik. And that should be easy, and the inning's over. So after 4 complete, 5-4 St. Louis. Here's Hal Smith, the catcher for St. Louis, leading off. A pop-up. Goodman makes the play. Blasingame 0 for 2. Lines out to the pitcher. Del Greco. He hits it hard. And Neiman makes a play in the corner to end the inning. So after we're halfway there, it's 5-4 St. Louis. Here's Billy Gardner. First time he doesn't have a bunting opportunity, and he walks. Here's Boyd. He had that successful hit and run. Let's see if he can do it again. Well, at least no double play. So we have a man in second in scoring position for Neiman. He's 0 for 2. Ball 1. 1-1 to Neiman. 1-2. Strikes him out. Here's Goodman. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. 2 RBIs. 1-1 to Goodman. Saul Goodman. I guess he's not Saul, but we can pretend it's Saul. Here's the offensive juggernaut, Murray Dixon, the pitcher. Not this time, unless it's an error. And we have one away here in the 6th inning. 5-4 St. Louis. It's deep at the wall. Busby makes the play. 2 away. Dark. And he's on. You always want to get on before Musial. Here's 2 for 2 with a walk. Just an outstanding hitter. Perhaps the best of his generation. And he pops up. Should be easy. Makes the play. So that's the end of the Cardinals' 6th inning. It's still 5-4. Triandos is up. Hits it deep. Oh, at the wall. Rapolsky makes the play. Here's Busby, 0 for 2. Gets on with a base hit. Here's Miranda. He is a pretty good bunter. I think that's what we're going to do. Get someone in scoring position, and that'll be it for Brown. He's pitched 97 pitches. He is trailing. I think we're going to have to bring in a pinch hitter. Who will it be? Somebody. We have Kel Brideweser, who is the hero from last game. Ginsberg, the catcher, Francona. We're going to bring in Tito Francona. See if he can get his team square here in the 6th inning. Busby is in scoring position. The fans want a base hit. Strike 1. Ball 1. 1-1 to Francona. He hits it deep, but that should be easy. Inning's over. So now we have to find a new pitcher for the Orioles. So we have some good bullpen arms here. We have Zuverink. We don't want a right-hander. We wanted to bring in Billy Lowe's. That's who we had originally. Maybe we'll bring him in now. Yeah, we'll go with Billy Lowe's. Billy Lowe's on the season was 6-8 with a 2.72 ERA, and he's facing the hero so far, Ken Boyer, with the grand slam, and he gets another hit. He is amazing. Great third baseman defensively, great hitter. Here's Rapolsky. Oh, right through the wickets on Boyd, and we have danger here in the 7th. Not anything with Lowe's fault. We're going to bring the corners in, looking for the bunt. Okay. I don't know if we still don't know if he's going to bunt or not. He has not shown bunt. He hits. Okay, well, it's effective a bunt. It's men in 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. I think we're going to have to walk Blasingame to have set up the double play. Yes. So we're going to put him on. I hope that Del Greco hits into a double play. Ball 1 to Del Greco. Strike. Ground ball, but it is foul. 2 strikes on Del Greco. Strikeout would be alright, although the mighty Dixon is on deck. And we're not going to get the double play. Will we get the sac fly? No, they do not go. Was not deep enough. And that, they say, well, why not? We got our offensive powerhouse, Dixon. Strike one to Dixon. Ground ball. But he makes the play. The second baseman, Gardner, and ends the threat. Okay, so Orioles are going to have to get things going here in the bottom of the 7th. They have the leadoff hitter up, Pilarchik, but he flies out to Del Greco. One away in the 7th. Gardner, he walks. So we've had decent success with Boyd and the hit and run. So we'll just try it one more time. Look at that. What happened there? An error by Moon. A rare Wally Moon error. Puts men in second and third with one out. And Neiman up. He is 0 for 3. And he needs to come through here. Dixon has thrown 111 pitches, although he has a quote of 140. Fouls it off. Gets a base hit. Ties the ball game. We will not send Boyd home. Only 58%. We will let Saul Goodman. Sorry, Billy, I know. Okay, here we go. One away. First and third. Does not strike out very often. 2 balls on Goodman. Base hit. Puts the Orioles in front 6-5 here in the 7th inning. And brings up the home run hitter, Triandos. Dixon is in trouble. He throws a wild pitch. Puts 2 men in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes on Triandos. Somehow they're leaving him in the ball game. 1 ball or 2 balls, 1 strike on Triandos. Hits it hard, but right to Boyer. 2 away. Clutch play by Boyer. Here's Busby, 1 for 3. Orioles would love to score. Get some insurance. And they do. A base hit up the middle, scores 2 runs. And they bring in Constantny. The Phillies phenom now plays in St. Louis. And he had a 6.65 ERA this season. Interesting choice by the manager. So it's now 8-5 Baltimore. Here's Willie Miranda with 2 out here in the 7th. Busby, Boyer throws them out, so that ends the inning. But there's 4 runs scored for Baltimore, and it's now 8-5. Here's Billy Lowe's second inning of work, and he walks Wally Moon, brings up Dark. This thing is not over yet, because we know who's on deck and who is in the hole. Musial and Boyer. Okay, so Musial is up. Do we want to keep in Mr. Lowe's? Or want to bring in a left-hander? Well, we got 3 right-handers on after this. Should be a left-hander who does well against righties. I think Ken Lehman could be the guy we want. Okay, we're going to bring him in. Just thinking about the double switch. Do we have another shortstop we could bring in? We have Brideweser. Makes a few more errors than Willie. Okay, we're just gonna leave in Willie. Okay, you can see the average goes down to 206. Lehman is a very good reliever, and he hits the ball to Willie and makes the play. And we're going to leave in, I don't know if it's going to be a smart play, but we're going to leave Lehman in to face Boyer. And he pops up. So it was good managing. And that ends the inning after 7.5, 8-5 Baltimore. Oh, I didn't mean to leave in the pitcher, but he gets a base hit anyway. I guess might be a pretty good hitting pitcher. Let's see if that was just luck or what. Yeah, decent. So that was a good managerial move to leave him in. By accident entirely. Here is Pilarczyk. He's 2 for 4. He gets a hit. You have to question Constantly being in this ball game right now. Here's Billy Gardner. We will see if he can bunt him over. Oh, they go to third, a bad bunt. That's the second bad bunt for Gardner in this game. Here's Boyd. He gets a base hit, scores a run. And they're leaving in Constantly. He had the one great season, 1950, and really did nothing since. And you can see that here. Okay, so we will not send him home with 14%. Here's Goodman, 2 for 3. 3 RBIs. And he gets a base hit, scoring 2 more. That's 5 RBIs for Goodman in this game. It's now 11-5. I wish I had the power to override. I don't know what. I guess they've given up. I think they've just given up. Well, you're gonna go golfing now. Strike. So after 8 innings, it's 11-5. I was leaving Lehman. Boy, they like that. He dives. That's why. Fans just love a good dive. Must be some soccer fans in the audience. Okay, we're in the top of the 9th. One last chance. Here's Blasting Game, and they're going to bring in Hank Sauer. Hank Sauer is everywhere. Gets a base hit. And we will not hold him. Brings in Del Greco. Only 19 pitches thrown for Lehman. He hits it off the wall. We will allow that run to score. Now they got to bring, yes, thank you for bringing someone in. Bobby Morgan. And that's it. So the Baltimore Orioles have advanced to the second round, and the St. Louis Cardinals are defeated and get the consolation prize. So, in the third and deciding game, the 1957 Baltimore Orioles 11 and the 1956 St. Louis Cardinals 6. We'll see you next time. We have 2 more game 3s to play, and they should be up and running in the next week or so, so look for those. And once again, from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, this is King Ikeboo with Tiny Archibald. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.